What's up, Spooners? Welcome back. Guys, it's episode 5 of the COD commentary series. Today, I'm gonna be alone again. However, I have spoken to my peers, and Dinkbutt has expressed interest in returning soon. Maybe with the change in style, who knows? You know? But hold out hope, guys. You won't have to deal with only me for too long. Alright? Alright, let's get into our first one. Hey, Spoon Kid. I've been into Urbex exploring. Exploring drains, tunnels, abandoned building, etc. Sadly, my area doesn't have many places, so I've gone to more wrecked places, but sadly, each time I go out with my mates, I forget to bring any kind of face cover. That means I've been breathing in lots of dust and smoke and mold. This in addition to smoking, but I've decided to stop smoking as it's hindering me from how I wanted to live. Well, that's good. After my last exploration into... I've been having lung issues. Do you know any way I'd be trying to fix this? I have coughing and pain during my random walks. I don't want to go to a doctor as I'm 16 and don't want to explain why I have this stuff in my lungs. Also, I've attached a couple photos from my adventures. Please don't use them. Oh, I can't use them. Well, he attached some photos of some cool looking stuff. Some sort of abandoned warehouses and... So your problem is you're breathing in mold spores and you have lots of coughing and pain. And I think you know the answer to your problem. You know, probably from breathing in mold. You know, so I don't know if you really need my advice. You know, maybe bring the face cover, or maybe just don't go into moldy places. That's a start. Stay out of mold dungeons and stuff. It's kind of a cool hobby, though. You know? Hey, Spoon. Recently I've been having some really long pees, to the point where I'm sometimes standing there for 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't sound like that big of a problem, but recently the dorm communal bathroom, had 2 of its toilets break due to semen cloggage, and all the guys hear me dripping away for 15 minutes. It's gotten so bad that I've started pissing in bags and just going to the restroom to dispose of it. But I'm really scared my roommate is going to catch me one of these times. I know I'm probably too young for prostate cancer as I'm only 19, but I've gotten really worried that this is the cause for my long pees. But I don't have the health insurance to go to the doctor. I thought you might have something for me because of your pooping problems. Yeah, that sounds like a serious medical issue, man. And, no, I cannot relate. Well, I mean, sometimes I get kind of pee shy, you know. Sometimes it's hard for me to pee if there's, like, a bunch of people around. Not 15 to 20 minutes, but, you know, sometimes I gotta stand there. You know, if you've ever been to, like, a stadium or just, you know, like a public bathroom where there's no, like, dividers. I was at this one place and it was just like a big trough, you know, and you just squeeze in next to some dudes. Like there's no divider and everyone's just in there pissing. And I got really pee shy. I couldn't get it working, and then you start overthinking. And you're like, you're there for a minute. People are zipping up and leaving. You haven't even started peeing. That happens every once in a while to me. I'm not really sure why, but your problem sounds different and far more serious. You say you're dripping for 15 minutes, like it's just dribbling out? That is alarming, to say the least. You don't have health insurance to go to the doctor. I mean, can you go to, like, do you have, like, a guy on campus? You say you're in the dorms. Is there, like a health guy? You definitely need to see somebody, man. If you're peeing in bags and taking them to the bathroom, I mean, you've let this go too far. Oh, that's fucking awful, man. I'm sorry. But, yeah, that definitely sounds like a serious medical issue, man. So I hope you get that sorted. And I hope your long pees cease. Hey, Spoon. I can't decide if I want to continue using drugs or if I want to go clean but not have any friends. My friends spend every waking minute high, even at school. I only smoke once a week on the weekend. I believe they are addicted and they've been talking about trying to find a harder substance and landed on shrooms. They've begun regularly using them, and I have never used them and don't plan to. As a sophomore in high school, I decided this lifestyle could damage my future and have recently thought about quitting. These are the only people I hang out with, and quitting could mean I'm not friends with them anymore. Trying to hang out with them and not smoke would be impossible, as being sober around a group of high people is very unenjoyable. I would likely smoke if I was around them. I don't want to spend every weekend in my room playing Rust alone, and I don't want to spend every weekend destroying my mind and lungs. I am unsure of what to do. Well, you know, I think for one, you're kind of on the right track with thinking about this, you know? Because I don't think, especially as a sophomore, I mean, wait, what is that? 15? You're 15? Probably not a good call to be eating mushrooms every day, you know? And, you know, I could speak from personal experience, from being quite experimental in those years, that, you know, although there were some fun times, overall, it probably, was not a good thing. You know, it wouldn't necessarily say I regret it, but you know, not much great came of it, I think. And depending on your temperament or your, you know, just how your brain works, there could be some seriously negative effects of taking hard psychedelic drugs, especially as a 15-year-old. So for one, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. You know, that's a pretty serious thing, and I just don't think any 15-year-old's really ready for that. And I mean, it's just my opinion. Maybe, you know, do what you gotta do, but probably not the greatest call. But more importantly, you know, if they're your friends, they'll understand. And if they don't understand, then they're not your friends, you know? If you can't just be honest with them, like, hey guys, I don't really want to eat mushrooms all the time. And if they don't understand that, then, you know, you're probably not the right people to be around anyways. You know, pretty reasonable take here, you know, I think, you know, maybe just bring it up, like, hey guys, you know, you ever think about not eating mushrooms in school, you know? And maybe they'll be like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this all the time, or maybe they'll be like, what are you, fucking asshole? I don't know. But, you know, it's better to have no friends than to have friends that you have to take drugs to be friends with them, you know? And I'm sure they'll be more understanding than that, you know? They're just experimenting. They're just trying to have a good time. I mean, I don't know how many times you could take shrooms before you're like, this isn't that fun. Because it's kind of harrowing, you know? I don't remember them being fun. It's kind of just terrifying. I mean, it's just me. Anyways, you know, just be honest. See what happens. Hey, Spoon. Embarrassed myself during finals yesterday. Yesterday during my physics final, I was really nervous and I had to take a shit. But because of the tight time schedule of the test, I couldn't really get out of the classroom. I couldn't handle the urge and it just got worse and worse. I sat in the corner furthest away from the teacher's table so nobody could see me unless they turned their heads around. In the corner there was a trash can, and I decided to try and do a ninja shit in the classroom. When I'm doing a test, I usually have to have a mountain of papers to scribble on, so I thought that I could use some of it to shit on. I took some paper and slowly slid it down my pants, then I took a shit. It clumped up on the thick layer of paper, and when satisfied, I took the papers out to throw it in the trash bin. But just as I smeared the shit all over my ass and aimed for the trash can, a classmate who sat next to me saw me. And this classmate wasn't just an ordinary classmate, it was my childhood crush. To my demise, the whole class looked back to see my hands in the air holding that burrito of pure shit. Everybody I know has heard what happened, and I've been getting roasted 24/7 since the incident, and I'm not sure what to do. There's a decent chance that my boss at my internship this summer will find out, and I'm honestly considering looking into transferring schools. Alright, when I first saw this, I was like, no way this is real, you know? But the way he adds on that he's worried that his new internship boss may find out, and that he might transfer schools, is making me think that this might not be fake. And I've heard some stories, and you know, I'm starting to think that this might not be out of the wheelhouse of the average spooner. Let me think for a moment. Let me try and put myself in your shoes. Or in your pants. Although I can't. I mean, I would never do something like that. But let me just think about it. I'm stressed out during a test. I really have to poop, but I can't. I don't have time, and I can't leave the classroom. What if I just get it out, throw it in the trash can? I mean, how are you even relaxed enough to release your bowels in the middle of a classroom? I mean, I guess if you really have to go, you know, if you're holding, then I guess you don't have to be very relaxed. Anyways. Shit in the paper. Try to throw it in the trash can. I wouldn't throw it in. Well, I guess you can't get up. Gotta throw it. I mean, how do you think that's not gonna stink up the whole fucking room, dude? Especially if it's like a, you know, like a fucking, you gotta shit real bad. Like, you know that's not gonna be a clean... I mean, dude, you dug this grave, and as much as I'd like to sympathize and try and give you advice, you know, I think you gotta pay for what you did. And, you know, I'm kind of surprised that, you know, faculty hasn't punished you for this, or, you know, like, administration. Like, I mean, you know, you're fucking grown-ass dude shitting in a classroom. You're taking physics. You're not, like, 11, dude. You know, you're gonna have to take the roasting. You know, maybe just, I think the best thing you can do is just try and laugh it off. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I really had to shit, man. I'm a, you know, fucking, yeah, whatever. You know, you don't try and defend yourself, because there's no defending what you did. You know, the best case scenario is you just kind of embracing it. And, transferring schools may not be a bad call either, dude. I mean, I don't know if this is ever something you could live down, to be honest with you. You may be stuck with this for life. I'm sorry, but I'm also not, you know? That is just awful. Guys, we're gonna have to end the episode on that note. That is just too much for me to bear. Thank you guys for watching episode 5, and please don't do what this guy did. Good night, everybody.